Okay. Sorry about the late response. It's a lot of things that's came up, so just gonna look into your battles. So you lead Skeletorge into Pidgeot, and this is running Guts Pidgeot. I don't know the count, but I think staying. You probably want to stay in. You don't want to give up Switch for just a Pidgeot. But it does look like with the fast move damage here, you're going to lose the long game. If you it depends on if you shield or not. Quickly shield the Feather Dance. And now your attack is debuffed, and your Skeletor is going to lose this game. So it's very nice here that you're trying to go and preserve that energy on the Skeletor, knowing it's more valuable. Um, and then swapping Altaria. Hmm. Yeah, which is what you must. You cannot swapping, and you cannot swapping with Cash. Normally, I would say that I would like to see you staying with Skeletor for a little longer, get a little lower. So maybe you could come in with Wish Cash and preserve your Altaria, just because that's generally how the when you lose switch goes. That when you lose the lead, you preferably want to switch into a Pokemon that counters their lead, but that's a weaker counter. So you want to preserve your stronger counter to their lead in case if the Pidgeot swaps out. And in this case, it's fine because opponent does have a Skeletor in the back. But if they for some if they want to go out, switch out of the Pidgeot immediately, then you don't really have anything to go against the Pidgeot if they have like a hard uh, Altaria answer in the back. But yeah, that's just small things and probably wouldn't affect a lot of long-term matchups. It's just my personal preference. And in this case, you definitely did a good thing because opponent is double weak. Well, not double weak to Wish Cash, but Wish Cash can beat both Annihilate and also uh, Skeletorge. So I think you got pretty lucky here on alignment. And nice combo plan to the with the Skeletorge. Mm, and this is not a big thing that I noticed, but I'll talk about later if it comes up again. So at least Skeletorge into maintain a horrible matchup, but it's not as bad as you think, because even though opponent's water type, they usually don't carry water type moves. So I don't think you need to shield here. The only water move they can have is Bubble Beam. And everything else hits you for neutral, and Ice Beam is resisted. And um, with the Skeletorge, what I like to do here is, I personally run Skeletorge a lot myself, is that you don't want to, like, okay, so a lot of Pokemon like Gligar, Manting, they run wing attack and they take 6 fast moves to reach their charged attack. That's gonna be 14 turns. And then for a Skeletor, you're gonna take 15 turns to reach your first charge move. And what I like to do is that you don't want to throw immediately, especially in this matchup. You know that you can tank like 3 more wing attack, no problem, right? You want to throw 1 more Incinerate just to make sure like the catch like this doesn't happen. Again, it probably doesn't really matter because you did end up throwing a Shadow Ball into Wish Cache. But if opponent want to catch with something like be a dog, Sableye, that would be a little troublesome. And this is very bad for the opponent. Uh, Getting hard counter left and right. I think Skeletor has a very good matchup against the Mantine. Oh, it doesn't. Skeletor actually loses the Mantine matchup but not by a lot. And it's something shield and proper charge move timing can definitely overcome. It's 438 on the battle rating. Um, Going Sky Attack into opponent that's switching a Stunfisk after the Bush Catch went down. And now you know opponent's entire team. You know that they have Stunfisk and Manta in the back. And you just got to make the decision of if you want your Skeletor to face the Manta or if you want um, your Wish Cash to face the Manta. Uh, because they're both of them have super effective charge moves. Um, and it's just how you want to play this out. If you do decide on Skeletor to go in the Manta, I do want to see you like reserve shields for the Skeletor. At least one shield. And right here, very nice switch. I think you switched a little late. Because the right here, like as soon as okay, so you have a wish cast into a Stunfisk, right? You know that Manta does like nothing to the wish cast. It has air attack, wait, air slash, wait no, aerial ace and ice beam. It doesn't really do anything to wish catch. The Stunfisk. Earthquake fix is for neutral and Rock Slide just doesn't really Rock Slide is resisted. So right here you need to either stay in and go for a Skull try to debuff the Manta or swap out immediately. You went for a few more fast moves, which could cost you the game. In some instances, I do know that you won the game this time, but I would like to see you swap faster next time to deny the Manta more uh, energy, energy. And also right here, um, I know you're going for a Dazzling Gleam, but Shadow Ball obviously does more damage than a Dazzling Gleam. And I know you're baiting because opponent does have like too many shields, right? They're definitely gonna shield this, but it's always good practice to make sure you build up to a like a nuke move and then go for the bait. So opponent wouldn't know, oh, this is a disarming voice. It's not gonna do any damage, especially since you're gonna shield on a Skeletor and you're going to survive. We can speed this up a little. 1, 2, 3. Um, Again, I don't think it would have I don't think like building up more energy on Wish Cash would have mattered if you swap in immediately. But it's always just nice to deny the extra energy. And you should have gone for Skull right away on the Mantine. Uh, is this a CMP tie? No, it's not a CMP. Once you get a Skull, you always want to throw it right away because that is your debuffing move. And if you can get a debuff off a 50% chance, that will make the next Aero Ace hit for a lot. Like does do a lot less damage to you. And like right here, if you want some energy, so I don't know, I forgot the lost count on the I lost the count of energy on Stunfisk, but if you have the count and you want to go for more farm, right? You still want to go for Scald, but undercharge it, which means that you don't click all of the bubbles, so it does less damage. So you can probably get a 1 or 2 mud shots in before Matan dies, but that's also very hard to time. If you want to go for the mud bomb immediately to take out the Stunfisk. Okay, very badly, they do reach the right before you. So I want to see that you to not throw right away, right? Go for incinerate because they cannot reach another move. So opponent that's bait. They still cannot reach another move. So see opponent caught you again right here. They caught you with a dazzling gleam, which is not bad, but ideally you don't want to throw that move. You want to save that energy going to wish cash and just completely flip this matchup. and, and then you also have a lot more energy on the Skeletor, and like, yeah, and you can go for a full farm down lane, which cash is gonna be pretty low, but it's gonna have so much energy to hit whatever comes in. Okay, nice charge move timing and nice going for the skull for the debuff. You threw one mud shot. See right here, the first one was nice, but this one, uh, mud shot is a 2-turn fast move, and Volt Switch is a 4-turn fast move. So what you want to do is that you want to throw one mud shot and then throw whatever your charge move, like the first one, right? You threw one fast move and then go for a charge move because of counting turns. That minimizes the opponent's energy gain and give you a little bit more damage. It wouldn't matter. It probably doesn't matter in this game, but in some other games when you won't lose by 1 HP, that one little damage or one little energy, it's very needed. Right now, you give opponent like a whole Volt Switch worth of energy just for free, and you know they cannot make it to a move to KO you, and you're also gonna throw it within their move timing, so it's fine. Uh, and that charge bug is gonna be having fun with a lot of energy. Does have X's though. It could still have crunch, so you wanna watch out. Nice catch on Gligar. It is also a dig, so that is just so big. That's GG's for the opponent. Okay, Skeletor's mirror matchup. This is just a game of 50-50s. Do you bait or do you not? Not much to cover here. Um, what I would like to do is go for the first one. I would like to go for bait because the chances are they are going to shield it. But again, you also have to shield, and they threw a bait and you didn't bait, so they still have a shadow ball. So what we need to do here is to potentially catch the shadow ball. Our opponent swaps out first, so which is very nice for you. Dugan has a fast move of Ice Shot, which is resisted. So I would like to see you build up to a Dazzling Gleam and potentially have get a little bit more energy on a Dugan because that's not gonna kill, and you just threw either swap out immediately once you get to a Dazzling Gleam, or go for use two shields and bomb down with Skeletor because that Dazzling Gleam doesn't kill, and now they can come in and they can debuff your Wish Cache, and it's not stuck here with a debuff attack, and the other Pokemon can just come in and farm. It might even reach a second move if you didn't throw the energy here. And opponent has a Whimsicott. This is a very bad situation for you because you need Skeletor to win this. But their Skeletor also have Disarming Voice. Right there, I would like to see you to go for Scott to try to get a potential debuff. And also that's a little bit more damage. Damage efficient than Mud Bump, I believe. And yeah, the Skeletor does have enough for Disarming Voice, which is very unfortunate. Again, if you save the energy on your Skeletor, you could have potentially baited here and threw a Disarming Voice, try to get a shield with a KO. And your Altaria could have farmed down. And this is tough. Opponent does have shield. They're gonna shield this, and uh, Farron, I think, doesn't get the farm down quite. So they are forced to throw energy. If they throw a Moonblast, your Skeletor has a very high chance of winning. If they throw Grass Knot, you live. Very close one here. Okay. Skeletor into Swampert. Again, very, very bad loss. And here, Swampert is broken, and Swampert charges moves so fast. Uh, Hydro Cannon, Earthquake. Hydro Cannon, I believe, is five, five mud shots, and then the next one's four, and the Earthquake is eight. So, what I would like to do is that after I throw two Incinerate, which is uh, exactly the same amount of time for Swampert to get five, like uh, five mud shots in to get to a Hydro Cannon, I will have swapped into Wish Cache, or most likely Wish Cache to try to catch it. Because right here, they just don't throw Hydro Cannon, you're gonna be forced to shield. Opponent over farms by a little bit. Uh, bad timing on the opponent. They could have gotten a whole another mud shot in for free. The problem here is, again, if you want to switch, you have to go into Witch Cache. I see you trying to click on Altaria. Nice catch. Um, you want to always swap in if both Pokemon can be Swampert. And I don't. Witch Cache is gonna be very close against Swampert, but what you can do is that it's because the Swampert is like so low. Not so low, but it chunked the Swampert quite a bit. If you just go um, swap immediately or swap later with Shield, if you potentially grab a debuff, you could flip that matchup. If you come in Altaria and you Hobby Swampert, but they're gonna switch out, right? And they do switch out into Auroras, and now you're just your Altaria is completely hardwood. Not much you can do against the Auroras. Uh, I don't even think they had to shield this. Yeah, and they can still go for the full farm down. And Auroras has like so much energy. Um, again, the neutral to you wish shots. I'm sure you can throw 2 weather balls. Opponent kind of should I just not weather balls? Rock slide. Okay, go straight for Meteor Beam, which is resisted. They don't. They cannot have. I don't think they can have back-to-back Meteor Beam. So you didn't have to shield this one. It shielded the round move, but I guess you still want more energy for the Swampert matchup. But yeah, and Scar, you have to get a debuff here. If you don't get a debuff, this is GG. They have 2 shield in the Swampert. They're going to shield this. You probably have to try to catch on Skeledirge. I think that's your only win condition. And you didn't get a catch, and that's over. And they have a charger bug too, yeah. Okay, so not much you can do. Skeledirge into Venusaur. Very, very good lead. If they swap out into Quagsire again. Now, this is different. Um, this in this case, you want to swap into the hard counter because they are switch locked, right? Again, we don't know if the Quagsire has Stone Edge or not. So the safest way is, of course, going to the Wish Cache because it resists all neutral to off and move. If it has Stone Edge, then Altaria is kinda just dead in the back. I'm gonna go for Earthquake. So it most likely doesn't have Stone Edge. So yeah, but there's no way you would have known. Attack file, nice. And I don't know if you live this from afar. Again, so I don't. Okay, it's an Aqua Tail Earthquake. Yeah, Altaria completely hard was it. Unfortunate. You just had to take a 50-50 and just guess does it have Stone Edge or not. You just either come up with a switch advantage, but your shield's down. I think that's what has a little too much energy than comfortable. I'm comfortable with right here. Very bad, very bad. Uh, here's what. So when you right here, right, you want to wait out the match time. Well, there's 10 seconds on the top, and you should use all 10 seconds unless you have a specific reason not to use the 10 seconds. Right here, the reason why you want to use the 10 seconds is why you want to think about alignment and switch, right? Just I think about how much energy they have, what they has. Just it's always nice to take it a mental reset in the 10 seconds, and more importantly, you want to burn down the switch timer. So your switch cooldown actually keeps going in those 10 seconds. So if you waited for a bit longer, you could have swapped into Altaria right away when they swap into their own Skeledirge. And if specifically in the Skeledirge cases example, you might not want to switch immediately. You might want to build up to a move and then switch out. But what you needed to do is that you definitely needed to uh, like burn down the match timer because they might have like something like I don't know like something that's very weak like another water type in the back, right? Like a water gun lantern. It's very possible with the team comp. With it, Scarlet Venusaur, maybe another fire type or another water type. But yeah, you don't know what's in the back, so you always want to wait. Right here, um, if you made it to the even if you could have thrown, I think I would have like not thrown just to get more energy on the Scalar Dodge because you like that desperately needed against the Venus. So Venus, even though it's resisted, it does so much damage. Okay, one more thing right here is that incinerate is okay. So what we're gonna do, right? What happened right here? If you look at the video, you are spam clicking somewhere in the middle, right? And then right before it came in, like you went for another incinerate. Not good, not good, not good, because that just gave in Venusaur more energy, right? You want to go for straight shadow ball. Don't if you know what last Pokemon is and you want to spam, you want to spam shadow ball. And another thing is that if you don't know what they're coming back with and you have both move charged, and let's say you don't have the Venusaur in the back, what you can do is just wait, don't tap anything, and look at top right and what type it is, and then just react really fast. You are going to lose one turn, but if you're going to throw an energy right away, right, through a charge move right away, they're going to sneak a fast move through anyway. Most of the time, it should work like that. The game is very inconsistent in the way it's coded, but they should sneak a fast move in anyway. So it's always nice to just wait 0.2 seconds, exactly one turn, to decide on what to throw. So it doesn't get stuck into this example. For example, if they had back-to-back frenzy plans, you could have been dead with that energy. Because yeah, uh, horrible lead. Try to go for a catch, but there's no reason for opponent to throw early, and they have Dog Post, Psychic, and Shadow Ball. They do throw Shadow Ball, the harder setting move, and they can just stay in. And they can be a Zumaro and Scout Timing. Scout Timing is fine, I think. It's just really hard to time opponent switches, but now didn't get the attack debuff. Yeah, that's very sad. Throwing on good fast move timing though. Very good timing for the charge moves. Again, right here you're in a very tough spot, and you know they have to go for Grigas in the front, so your Skeletor is kind of useless. And you know Wish Dash is very low, and they're probably gonna throw Player for Ice Beam, which is not very worthwhile in shielding. What I recommend doing is that let Wish Cash go because you're not gonna you either let Wish Cash go or you shield and you go for a chance of a second debuff because you need that debuff in order for your Skeletors to come in and have any chance of winning. And because you're not very even close to the Scald, they might even make it to a second ice before you do so. You should just let Wish Catch go and then your Skeletors to go straight Shadow Ball because Shadow Ball does I think around 50% of a Zoomer's HP. So the fast move does hurt, but a Zoomer doesn't have that much attack, and Skeletors can tank the fast moves. It'll probably come out at like 30% HP, not in the red, barely not in the red. And and now your Skeletors come in and they're going to have a move soon, right now, and you're gonna have to shield it. I wouldn't have shielded this because Azumarill will come if they run Ice Beam. Azumarill have to have Play Rough in this meta. So you always assume they have Play Rough, and if they have Ice Beam, that means they don't have Hydro Pump. And if they have Ice Beam, Play Rough, that means your Skeletors resist off Azumarill's charge move, and you need to shield. You need to save the shield for the Kofo Grigas. And they reach the second one, and it's gonna be a Play Rough. What another Ice Beam? I didn't count. Another Ice Beam doesn't do that much. Into swap. Right here, I think what you need to do is that you have to bait with that's like with dazzling gleam, because if they no shield this, you win. If you do shadow ball, if you no shield, you win. They no shield, you win. But if they shielded, you need to get to another incinerate, which is 5 whole turns, which is enough for them to throw another move, or just go for a crazy farm them. Uh, Again, saving the Skeletor is very nice. Denying the farm down opponent has really tough. Triple hold counter, even if you play optimally, you're probably gonna lose this game. But there are just a few mistakes. You could have played a little bit better, and I don't think you'll win, but it'll be a little closer. And there are games like this. Okay, Skeleton to Quagsire. Quagsire has Aquatail, Mud Bomb, Stone Edge, Earthquake. That's the only relevant moves that it has. Mud Bomb costs 5, which is going to be 2 Incinerate. Mud Bomb's the most common one, so I think you should try to swap into your Quagsire after 2 Incinerate. And you go for the third one, and you have to throw a shield on a Mud Bomb. And it's Aquatail, so our opponent could have thrown this earlier. And go for a Shadow Ball. Opponent shields. Losing all shields scenario again. You need to go into Witch Cache because if opponent has an Ice Tap in the back, they're gonna switch in and you just hard lost lead, hard lost save swap, and your Quagsire is gonna just wreck your Skeleton and Witch Cache. And without Altaria, Swamp's gonna do Quagsire's gonna do stuff. And I think you got pretty lucky that opponent doesn't have Stone Edge. It's only throwing Aquatail at you, which is resisted. It does a lot of damage. Opponent does have an Ice type, so I don't know why they didn't swap out earlier. They could have saved banked a bunch of energy. And now you have a Moonblast, they're forced to shield the Moonblast. And they're gonna get a farm down. And this is very tough. If you're coming solid, you have to respect the potential Shadow Ball. But you can farm down afterwards. The, I don't think that was a CMP. I don't think they can CMP Taiyu. And they have back-to-back moves, and you just lost. Yeah. Mud Bomb. And then the last Pokemon, if it's, let's see. It's a Wish Catch Mirror matchup. So, and they get a catch too, so it's over. Okay. Swampert. Okay, nice. Switching to the hardest counter, which is Altaria. Resists everything. There's no point. Okay, just. Charge move wise, there's not much you can do. Okay. Again, here. Charger Bug, as whatever has what Vote Switch, right? Throw 3 Dragon Breath. It's gonna hard to count 3, so what I actually usually do is I tap twice on the screen, and I go for the charge move when I'm using a single, like, um, one turn fast move, because sometimes your game will lag, and if you tap 3 times exactly and go for the fast move, the game will lag for one turn, you go for another Dragon Breath, and you just give them another Vote Switching for free. But yeah, go for Dragon Breath first, maybe 2, most likely, uh, optimally 2, to prevent, like, lag. Like this. This is fine. 2 Dragon Breath. Go for the Sky Attack. Not gonna show this. Right here, I don't like you throwing Sky Attack. You want to either build up to a Moonblast for the bait, or you just swap out immediately. Or build up to a Moonblast and swap out. Throwing the Sky Attack does negligible chip, and they also have a Victory Belt in the front, which Sky Attack will just come in very handy later in the game. Right? So just going to Skeleton, I think. Yeah, and Skeleton farms down. So you're gonna win this anyway because you just have like the hardest counter to their team matchup wise. That's it could be a little more optimal. Okay, next. Horrible matchup. Try to catch on the second move. Yeah, see, the one for the third incinerator, you're getting incinerated for free, which is not bad if opponent throws immediately, but you're still forced to shoot the hydro cannon. And now you're up. Actually, you're still down. They can still make it to a second hydro cannon before you do the second charge move. So especially in Charger Bug, very neutral matchup. Definitely always build up to a Moonblast. Even if you're gonna bait, go up to a Moonblast. Just to threat more damage. Threaten more damage. Okay, wait, missed that. Could I snucking like one more Dragon Breath at least in there? A little more damage, a little more energy for you. Very crucial in a lot of close matchups. They threw immediately, and let's see what this is. This is going to be a discharge, which means I will take them 3 more turns, or 3 more Volt Switches to build up to another discharge. There's still BU to it, because it takes 12 turns, and it takes 17 Dragon Breath, I believe, for Altaria. Again, this time, definitely go for the Moonblast. You can make it there before they make a third discharge. But I guess Sky Attack does kill. And okay, my bad. Earlier, so even though Sky Attack does kill, you still want to farm a little bit more. Uh, Charger Bug, I'm pretty sure needs 3 Volt Switches every single time. So you threw after. Okay, so they threw Discharge, and you threw ability immediately after you got it. You could have like done like 5, 6 more Dragon Breath, and you'll still be fine. You have more energy and able to throw um aerial ace immediately on the primate. Uh, Brass Knife Slash. Nice. A lot of double back to back dazzling gleams. So obviously it's gonna get easy knockout against Primeape. Not the bulkiest Pokemon. I'm pretty sure Annihilate has more bulk, and Annihilate is still kind of frail. Wish Cash against Swampert. Easy Scald one. You can live a Hydro Cannon or a Earthquake. Again, you should have gone for Scald right there because that will get a KO, and just in case that there's a not in this situation, but if the Swampert IV is slightly better, you might be able to farm down your Wish Cash, and that's gonna be a big problem for you. Very nice, very nicely played. I think you're really good, very solid understanding of the game. Just one thing I would change is how you react to switches. If the opponent are switch locked, which means that they cannot switch the Pokemon anymore, you wanna obviously come in with the hardest answer. But if you lost lead, you wanna come in with a soft answer to the and leave the hard answer in the back. This is most applicable to Swampert Wish Cash lead. If you get especially if you get the Scout debuff, you can actually live Hydro Cannons, which is very nice. And if you show the first one, you can live like 2+ Hydro Cannons and a bunch of damage. And looking at your team, Skeledirge, Altaria, and Wish Cash. Looking at your team on PvPoke, this doesn't really matter. This is the only thing I want to care about. Very weak to Lickitung. It's one of the most common Pokemon in higher elos. It's also in the current event. A bunch of viewers gonna get it. Cobbink lead, nice. Swampert lead, definitely going to Wish Cash. Even though you lose this, um, you're going to get the Swampert kind of low. And especially if you go for a Scald, which like again, no one, they're probably not gonna like you actually win 0 shields, because the Scald does so much damage to Swampert, and From experience, they don't really shield the Scald from Wishcash. If they do shield, then it's whatever. Uh, Scald, go for Earthquake. Mantine's not very common, but very difficult to deal with. Mantine Bastiodon, hard, hard, and so doing entire team. Pelipper is not very common, so it's a decent team, but the week two triple week two Azumarill, Mantine, and Lickitung, the first and foremost, this makes it a little awkward to play. So just be careful when you go into these matchups and have like a plan for when you'll see them. And if you do want to like rework the team, I think you can probably swap Altaria out for someone that's more um, consistent with the backline. I personally really like Skeletor and Whiscash. I've been using them a lot. And this is a list of potential Pokemon you can add to make it better. Altaria is pretty good, but yeah. I hope you gain a lot of elo in the Go Battle week. You definitely have the basics down. Just work on move counting and like fast move timing, charge move timing, and I think you'll reach like a veteran probably easily with your current performance.